Baltimore, Maryland. Guess what? The Queens Supreme Court is headed back to your city. That's right, honey. The Dream Girls are bringing the seat to your city. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know the time we had the last time, baby. We had a good time. But we gonna have an even better time, baby, because the Dream Girls, Miss Funky Donnie Ross, Miss Sophia, and the real T.S. Nasby is on our way to tear Baltimore, Maryland up. Now listen, Sunday, June 30th, we're gonna be having brunch with me and King David. And July 1st, baby, the seat gonna be on fire. So I'm telling you to go to www.eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Get your tickets now. And listen, don't beat me there. Beat me there. Come on, Baltimore. I love you. What was that?
I'm ready to get slayed.
Okay, listen, that's how we open it. You ready, Craig?
I'm ready.
Hold on, is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this thing recording? What's up with YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one. Every single one.
How many?
Every single one of my bitches. Christian Mingle. And the lands all across the land. This is your girl, T.S. Madison, coming to you loud, live, and always, and forever, in color.
What color?
And in color. In color. From the marvelous chateau.
Ooh.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Queen's Supreme.
The what?
The Queen's Supreme.
Ooh.
The Queen's Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, honey, listen. My sister don't need no introduction, child. I just want her to come on in with a.
She don't need no
I just need her to come on in with some. You make me feel.
You make me feel mighty real. Oh. You make me feel mighty real. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
No.
You know you got to always end a good tune like that with a good praise and worship. Hallelujah.
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 Yeah. Oh, yes.
So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what time you're going to hear this podcast, but honey, we here. Child, we here, honey. And, Miss Mary back there peeling onions.
I'm going to have to use this chopper, so I'm letting you know now.
Well, I just told you.
Go ahead, Mary. Miss Mary.
She is not playing with you tonight.
Oh, girl. I was just setting y'all up for
I love it.
her back there peeling those onions, girl. She about to use a chopper, child. The chopper style, chopper style. We won't chopper. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lawrence is here.
Woo! I've been summoned. Finally, I answered the summons.
That's right. You've been summoned for a long time.
Usually, I leave the summons in the mailbox because they don't know if I got it or not.
So, Lawrence, you all the way here. You and I got great chemistry because, we've been knowing each other for a very... It's been a long time. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
That's all right. It's been a long time coming, but I know.
Come on, Miss Lawrence, come on.
Change gon' come.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, Steps.
Listen, let me tell you something, Miss Lawrence. You have a Wait, she's getting the onions out now.
Leave Miss Mary alone. Okay, go ahead.
She's emptying.
She's emptying the ninja.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's back there making some Hispanic rice. So,
Oh, yeah.
You've been
What kind of rice?
Hispanic.
His Spanish.
HIS panic.
Right.
So, Miss Lawrence, you've been a prominent figure in the LGBTQIABCDEFJCDK community
yes.
for a very, very, very long time. You and I have known each
Bitch,
other.
don't call me old.
Well,
What you're not
honey,
going to do is sit here low-key call me old.
Well, girl, I ain't trying to call you old. I'm just telling the people the distance
that we
you're
ran
right.
together.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
From a distance.
Yes, honey.
You and I have known each other for a long. Actually, I wasn't even living here in
No,
Atlanta.
you
when
were just coming up
I
here
was
shaking it up, honey.
Just visited.
Coming up here with the little dress, the little bodycon dresses on,
Walking
honey.
through, honey, like,
pumping through, bitch,
body.
pulling the whole dress up, bitch.
Yes.
Oh, yes, she did.
You know, that was back when my body was fresh and new.
When it was what?
It was fresh and new, honey.
She was fresh out the table.
It was fresh off the table, child. That was before the dents and things started coming in, girl. You know, after they done sat down and got settled, honey.
Oh, my goodness.
After I sat, I got settled, honey. I don't even do that, though. I'm like, y'all killing me up, girl.
But you still look good in
I
the
do
dress,
look good in the
though.
dress.
You still
I'm
look
like,
good.
girl, listen, y'all give me some kill me up, Lord. Throw a sheet over me, honey, like they do with the convict, baby. Kill me up, kill me, Lord.
Okay.
Kill me up.
You still ain't finna get her for body, bitch.
Oh, no, I still want through my body dents and all, because every woman I know, every real woman I know got a dent somewhere.
You best believe
All
it.
my real women in the house that got a dent somewhere in their ass, make some noise. Ow! That's right, baby. If you just listen, you got to have a little cellulite, honey, if that ass is right. You got to have a little cellulite.
Ooh, yes.
You know. Now, Miss Lawrence, let me tell you something. I want to say this, and I want to tell you that I'm so proud. I remember you walking through the club with your boots and
Purses.
What is what, girl?
with his boots. honey.
I keep a piece
Miss Lawrence
of footwear.
Miss Lawrence kept an evil footwear, honey, and I didn't know that they were Balenciagas at the time, but they were Balenciagas, girl. Before the girls knew anything about a Balenciaga, honey, they were Balenciagas.
Come on, Balenciaga.
But Miss Lawrence walked in, it was like, come on,
Come
in
on.
the room.
Whoa, come on.
In the room.
Oh, yeah.
Balenciagas on
But
my...
where is my doctor?
Hey.
Oh, yes.
So, you know, I want to say I've really watched the way that your career has, like, transformed in so many different areas, you know what I'm saying? And you and I have always remained in contact, always been Judy's child. Honey, we would call and talk about the big dick trades all over the United States of America. You ain't never
Maddie will hook me up.
I got the hook up. I got the hook up.
Sister will put me on to her, honey, before I even knew she'd be giving girl.
Baby, listen, anacondas.
Yeah.
Anaconda. And it ain't
yes,
anaconda,
honey.
it's anda. A-N-D-A. Anacondas.
Anaconda.
Big dicks.
And BBC.
Yes, baby. But
yeah.
I want to say, I watched you go, and I just watched you transform into Miss Lawrence. I knew it's Miss Lawrence, but then you transformed into Miss Lawrence, honey.
No, you know, back then I was called, honey, but I had another nickname way back in the day, honey, called Peaches.
Bitch, you was Peaches?
Yes, I was Peaches, bitch.
You was Peaches?
Yes, I was.
So let me cut this white bitch out, because she back in the background talking like, she always be trying to talk all through the video.
Ooh, you know, let me tell you something. You know you in like a real house, a big house when you hear that kind of doorbell, bitch. When you hear that type of doorbell, you in some serious shit, okay? When you hear that kind of doorbell, bitch, it's called Fort Knox.
It's called Fort Knox, and it's called a chime.
And it's called a chime.
Yeah.
Bitch, a butler.
Wait a minute, honey. The pastor coming in. The pastor.
There's a pastor?
The pastor's coming in, honey.
Ooh,
come on, pastor.
Come on in the room.
Come on, Pastor Hill.
Come on in the room.
Pastor Hill, come on in, Pastor Hill.
Let's see.
Pastor Hill, come on in.
You don't know who it is? Oh, no, we got to check that.
Pastor Hill,
come on in here.
Come on in and give us the
Oh, that's
word,
the
Pastor.
Nigerian. Hi, baby. How you
baby.
doing?
Pastor-
I'm all right.
Listen, Pastor Hill
I'm doing all right.
Pastor Hill done came in with our Nigerian friend, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Pastor Hill done came in with all the social security numbers, baby. Listen, you already know.
Fuck you up.
Listen, you know my good friend over there. He over here working on the show, child, honey, doing his thing back there in the background, honey.
no.
In the background, he shook my hand. My social security number vanished, but I got a new one.
Watch my purse, Granny. Cause you know, I know about them good freakinas.
Listen, two things for sure about Nigeria. They got big dicks and they'll fuck your social security number up.
Bitch, don't they stay riding nice cars and they wear nice clothes?
And sending you an email.
Listen,
yes,
you better ask Kenya Moore.
Ooh, that girl Portia too. She had her nice little African too, about her cars and everything. I don't know how long she kept it, but she had it.
Cause she got this man now. She got this man now. Honey, they like some different type of horsepower.
Ooh, hot dogs and things.
And things of that nature.
He like hot dog. He like hot dogs bust wide open too.
Yeah, bye.
Child,
come on. But listen, this is why I tell people all the time, it's always a good thing for you to know them peoples that's climbing off in your bed, especially when you trying to make them peoples your
You
husband.
better know somebody. You better know something.
Ain't nothing wrong with you climbing off in the bed and you don't know no. Ain't nothing. All us in this room done had an evil one night stand, child.
Yeah.
We don't know their name.
Baby, and where I come from, honey, you didn't make it to the bed. You just went behind a trash can, bitch.
Hey!
And everything was all right.
Baby, that was one of those good praise and
Yes,
worship right
those
there.
were the best nights. Because here's why I don't want to wake up to you.
Child, when you,
I don't feel like it.
I don't need to know who you are.
And you know what? No tea, no shade. It was safer that way.
Well, it all depends what you call safe for that way.
Well, I mean, safer that way, meaning I could go ahead and go, after I get you playing with you behind a trash can, behind a car, behind a brick building or somewhere, I can go home and I have to sleep with one eye open. I can keep an eye on I don't have to worry about watching my jewelry, watching none of my stuff, honey. You know, I ain't have to worry about no Africans stealing my social numbers and nothing like that, honey.
But listen, I don't mind. I keep old fake Social Security them in my bottom drawer, child.
Oh, CPN.
Listen, you shake my hand, honey. You got an EIN them if you want to go. You go out there and try to catch me if you want them. They gonna lock you up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you do it
They
and
gonna
play.
lock you
Play
up,
if you want to, honey.
Listen,
they gonna call that mall security so fast.
Listen here, Nigerian.
Okay.
Nigerian, listen here now. You shake my hand if you want it. You gonna come back with somebody named Peggy Sue.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. But, you know, all jokes aside, Ms. Lawrence, I've watched your career blossom into so many different spectrums and so many different... Here's something that I've always wanted to ask you that, and we've been... Hold on, the water running. Hold on.
No, don't do that. It's okay. Let the water run. Let people know what...
Miss Mary...
Okay, NY, Miss Mary.
Baby, I'll stop you before I leave. When you get
No, don't stop me, Mary. That's Maddie up here talking
I'll go
crazy.
ahead and go.
I love to hear the water
You want me
running.
to go out?
No, Miss Mary.
No, Miss Mary, we is joking
We
with
just
you.
playing me, Mary. You know I love. Don't stop.
Girl, honey, you all into the
Please
edge
don't
and
stop
stuff
me,
like
Mary.
that.
You know I love you.
Girl. She at the edge of glory right now, honey.
Oh yes.
She's in the edge, but...
What you
know.
got at? What you?
Well, I've always wanted to ask you, and I've never had the opportunity to ask you, you know... Cut that noise out! I always wanted to ask you, how did you... because Lee Daniels came into your life.
Yes.
Well, before Lee Daniels, Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen is I call him my founding father.
Andy Cohen.
Yes. Yep. I call him my founding father.
How
honey.
did you link up with Andy Cohen?
Well, from being on Housewives. So when I was on Housewives, I am still friends with Sheree, but Sheree introduced me to Housewives. I was her hairstylist, and so when they brought the opportunity to her to be a housewife, she had to build her team of people around her. She was like, I need you to be on the show with me. I was like, okay. I ain't know nothing about it. I was minding my business. I was just
took off past her.
Oh, no, she still got She by Sheree.
Girl.
She do.
Lauren,
She
she
still
done took off past that lady.
She still got She by
And-
Sheree. I got a jacket in the closet. It says She on the bag.
See each other going.
No, Craig, she still got She by Sheree. I got a jacket in the closet that says
That was
S-H.
not hers.
I don't know what y'all talking about. My sister, honey, she got whole fierce 10,000 square footer, honey. You know?
Yes, she do.
Oh, honey, that house.
Yes, she do.
Ooh, my lamb of God.
I watched it.
And to go up in there, ooh, my God, God is still in the blessing business.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so she had me come on there with her, and yeah, and like I think around about the second season, they had got live. Andy, you know, he's the executive producer of the show. He's the founder of the show. And he told the people down here, the production team, I want a piece of that one. Keep that one around. And then moving forward, after a certain amount of seasons, he offered me my show, along with Bevy Smith and Derek J, Fashion Queens.
Yeah.
And from there, Lee Daniels was a fan of Fashion Queens. And
Yeah, but listen, before we get into the Lee Daniels thing, I have to tell you, you and Bevy Smith and Derek J, when I broke out into mainstream, like, visibility, you guys gave me a shout out on Fashion Queens on Bravo, on national TV.
Yep.
Saying, new weed, 22 inches, yes! You know? And 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 you guys had always called me and said, Master, when you're in New York, come to the tape.
Yes.
And you know, y'all
Yes.
always want me to come to the tape. But girl, honey, I was in a different time, in a different space, in a different. I know my parents love me.
Oh,
Come behind something.
stand behind me,
Yeah.
come what may.
Come on.
And now that I'm ready, yeah. I heard them say,
Yes,
oh yeah,
world, ooh, from where you come from.
yes it is now, yeah. Come on,
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. So.
Hey!
Yeah, so I was in a different world, in a different space, but that was just the beginning.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, my
you was doing a
transition.
lot of the groundwork for what you are now.
Yeah, and I'm still doing groundwork.
The groundwork never stops.
Ever. And I told somebody the other day, I said, the top of one peak is the bottom of another mountain.
There you go. Ooh, come on, work.
See, people don't understand that. The top of one peak. And see, let me tell you something, because I know you girls be listening to the things that I be saying out here in these streets. When y'all girls be out here clawing and fighting and battling for somebody else's spot, girl, that girl whose spot that you clawing and fighting and battling for is trying to get to the next
That's
spot.
the wrong move, baby. Don't do it.
So, girl, you need to be trying to secure your spot, and you need to be trying to get at the peak of your mountain and to the bottom of your neck.
original, I call her my original gay mother. She's not gay. But Craig, you know her, Sherry. Sherry, my mother, Sherry, was famous for saying, bitch, you go broke trying to figure out how I do what I do, when I'm going to do my next one, honey. Bitch, you go lose your mind. You going to lose it because I don't even know what's happening next. Because I mind my damn business and I do my own work, and that's what elevates me and make room for the next.
Right.
I don't care about what the other bitch doing. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
I salute and cheer on whatever the fuck you doing.
Right, as people should, you know what I'm saying. But we living in a dog eat dog time. We're gonna need some more ghost bond. We living in a dog eat dog time, and people are really clawing for somebody else's life and somebody else's success, girl. And they don't. They're really not. A lot of times they're really not willing to take those strides and those losses and those heartaches and those pains that individuals had to endure to get to the spot. It all looks so glorious.
Look real glorious.
And looks so easy and stuff like that. And people be out there clawing and fighting and scratching and things and wouldn't know what to do with it if they got it.
Wouldn't know what to do with it if they got it.
So Lee Daniels was a big fan of Fashion Queens.
Yes.
And then, I remember when the situation had transpired with Fashion Queens, and I didn't understand how that worked. Like, y'all were trending and always
We
highest.
were even to the last show we had, we were a hit show at 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday night, which is unheard of. So there's still a lot of speculation and mystery as to why they had to chop it,
Well,
but it's all good.
people don't understand in television. That's the way that type of stuff works.
Oh yes, it does.
Girl,
Yeah.
your show could be peaking at number one every Sunday, Monday, Friday night, girl, and it's just a white man's world.
Yep.
And they'll come through, and I just feel like
Everything is as it should be, and had that not happened with Fashion Queens, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Right.
Bevy wouldn't be doing what she's doing.
Page
Derek
6,
J
yeah.
is doing really well. He leads department heads on several big network shows that film him, which is a coin. If you're in the beauty industry, to be a department head, honey, of at a big show. Oh, you got a coin or two.
Yeah.
You got a coin or two, and you live a lovely life.
So my thing is, I watched you rising, and I watched you the very first. Well, I saw your Fashion Queen. Then Fashion Queens went off, and then after Fashion Queens went off, you were doing Housewives of Atlanta.
No, I was done with Housewives.
Oh, you was done with Housewives.
As soon as Fashion Queens finished, I debuted on Empire.
Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that.
That was the scene when you were on the piano.
I was getting ready to get to that. Yes, and I've always, because I'm going to get into relationships right now. And I've always, watched and saw things or whatever. And one night I was sitting there. That's when Empire was when it first kind of like debuted, and it was hot. Not saying that it's not hot, but it was hot.
Yeah, it was the second season.
It was hot.
First episode, second season.
And you was laying on that sofa, you
on the piano. Oh yes, honey.
Mighty real.
Yeah.
And when I looked at it, I said to myself, I said, yeah. And at the time, I knew who Lee Daniels was.
And Mark Jacobs, Charlotte Olympia, and forgot who my pants was by, but I still have that jacket. I always get rid of a lot of stuff and donate it like to the Lost and Found organization, but I kept that one. I said, no, I gotta keep that one sentimental.
So I watched you, you know, and then I said, well, I knew who Lee Daniels was, I knew. Mm-hmm. But I still wasn't, you know, I didn't know. I thought Lee Daniels was a straight man, you know, doing movies and things of that nature, whatever. But then when I knew and I did my research, I found out that Lee Daniels was a part of it. Was
I didn't know. I gotta tell you, I first met Lee Daniels at Crush Stations in L.A. My grandmother who's here, she was with me, and we were sitting there, and he came over to my table and introduced himself and said that he was a fan of Fashion Queens. And
you didn't know who he was?
I didn't know who no Lee Daniels was. But then my sister Shannon, she told me, she said, that's Lee. After he left and walked away and said, I'm a fan of your work. I'd love to work with you one day. Shannon was the one who was like, bitch, that's Lee Daniels. I said, who is Lee Daniels? She said, bitch, Precious, Monsters Ball, Paperboy. I said, oh.
Shadowboxer.
Now,
let me tell you something. I loved Shadowboxer. That was one of my favorites.
Remember the scene in Shadowboxers where, they flash his penis? Oh.
Cuba.
No, it wasn't Cuba. No, that was in, that was the other movie. I can't, Stephen Dwarf. White guy.
Okay.
Shadow.
Oh, you had went up.
Oh.
Girl, it was a big old piece of white candy. Oh, girl, they said you like spearmint and peppermint at the same time. You know, peppermint is white with red stripes.
Candy cane.
My love, do you ever dream of?
Tastes like candy.
Yes, candy coated raindrop.
She trying to show you how painted she got you.
She got me dusted, honey. Your love is lifting me higher. And so he walked. So this was in L.A.
This was in L.A. And then afterwards, he and Bevy are very close friends. Mm-hmm. And
did you know Bevy at that time?
Yeah, we were doing Fashion Queens.
Okay.
We were doing Fashion because he was a fan of Fashion Queens. But prior, I had met Bevy when I had done. I was doing backstage commentary for BET for Rip the Runway, and she interviewed me on the red carpet. That was my second interaction with her. My very first interaction was I was in New York with Sheree when Sheree was doing the groundwork for She by Sheree. And she had, Bevy was big. Oh, go ahead, baby. Bevy was big in, she's a big deal in the fashion world. Yeah. And so Sheree was trying to get some consulting done with Bevy. So I had met her at a famous Italian restaurant called Il Cantinori. And that's where I first met Bevy. We didn't talk much, but that was my first introduction. Because I sat at the table and it was quiet. I always stay in my place. Yeah. And that was And then after that, I was sitting in Bevy's dressing room doing Fashion Queen because she had the biggest dressing room. She's Queen Mother.
Come on, Fashion
She had the biggest dressing room, honey. And so we was in there just kikiing around. And I had done an impromptu moment. What do you call it? An impromptu reenactment of Cookie Lyons and Jamal Lyons on Empire, and Bevy recorded me and sent it to Lee. Mm-hmm. And she says, hire this girl. Oh, wow. Jokingly. And he just texts back, done.
Oh, that's what she said.
And then he texts back, done, and then there's that.
So let me ask you this, because I know you had a salon and you were doing hair and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How did you know it was time for you to let that go?
Ooh, honey, you ready for this story?
Yeah.
Blade.
So I was.
Sometimes entrepreneurs don't really know when
let me tell you.
To let go.
So I served in the beauty industry for 20 years exact. I started when I was. I'm not telling my age. Anyway, I started in the beauty. I don't care. I started in the beauty industry. I was 15 years old. I would do hair when I got out of school. at the end of the day and then in the summertime and stuff. And I had become very, very popular in Atlanta as a hairstylist. I had a massive clientele, very successful. I'd done very well for myself. And all the while, you know, I had, you know, started doing Housewives, then Fashion Queens, and I was still doing hair and staying committed to the salon industry, end up owning my own salon and all of that. And it was really just starting to wear me out. Like, that goes back to what you were saying. People don't know the hardships, you know. Because it's like, oh, my God, what do I do? Because, and just, you know, being, you know, who I was in the entertainment industry, you know, in a lot of spaces, you're undervalued. You know, when it comes to the decision makers and the people who actually cut the checks, you're undervalued. So while I might have done well, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't well enough and safe enough for me to say, oh, let me leave this alone. Right. Let me leave my foundation, what saved my life, what allowed me to buy a beautiful home and all of these things. It wasn't enough for me to say that. And I was so comfortable, and I knew that would never fail me because I built it. Yeah. And I just started getting really burnt out. I started to not feel well, all that kind of stuff.
But doing hair?
Well, doing both.
Trying to do both. Yeah. You know, I was literally, so our show Fashion Queens filmed in New York City. Right. So I was flying to and from New York every week.
And still trying to.
So I would leave on a Thursday night. After I done did about 12, 13 people, I would hurry and try and jump on a 9 o'clock flight, have a early call time for Fashion Queens, be there all day, all night to do Fashion Queens, jump on a 6 a.m. on Saturday to get back to the salon by 9 a.m. You know, and I did that for 3 seasons of Fashion Queens, you know. Then I did my Empire thing. Then first season of Star, doing the same thing. I was literally doing hair, put somebody under the dryer, run to a table read, finish a table read, come back to the salon, knock them people out. You know, then I would, you know, once we started shooting and filming the first season of Star, I was trying to figure out, okay, let me work my schedule out. You don't get your schedule for the week till a few days prior to the week. So I would have to rearrange it, and it just started to just really become me. Also, not being able to go to bed early because I got to study lines, I got to study this character, all this kind of stuff, and it just it was wearing me out. And I remember I was like, well, what do I do next? Do I want to open? And also I became very stagnant with the salon and with owning my salon. I was like, ooh, do I want to take this to the next level? I wanted to be bigger. You know, I started exploring some other salon concepts. And I remember I just did not know what to do. I started looking at all these new fabulous salon spaces, and everything would continue to fall through, and, you know, it would just fail. And I was like, well, why am I not getting...
Because that wasn't what the universe wanted you to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I was like, well, why did they tell me no to get in this salon space? I know my credit is fierce because I done worked the set to get my credit fierce, bitch. So I know it's right. I done did this. The coin is there. Every space I would try to get, it would be like, no, sorry, we decided to go in a different area. And that had never happened to me. I done had 3 salons. It never happened to me before. So I remember going to one of my prayer warriors, my spiritual sisters, Raquel Henry, who's Kelly Wow on Instagram. And I was just telling her, you know, just sharing with her. And I was like, girl, I really just don't know what to do. I'm tired. And she said, you just got to go pray and you got to be still. She said, you literally have to pray and you got to be very still. So I remember the day I did that. I literally went home. I turned off everything. I just lit some candles and I just meditated and I prayed. And it wasn't until 2 months after that moment in my house, me and Granny, the grandmother sitting right over there, she'll tell you, we were sitting in Houston's. Granny, you remember this night? She's such a mess. We were sitting in Houston's. And this woman I'd never seen before in my life walked over to me. She walked over to me. She had finished her meal. And she laid her hand on my shoulder And she said, God told me to tell you to stop stressing over that salon.
Wow.
And
She didn't even know you.
No. And I asked her, and I'm thinking she comes to my, I'm like, well, maybe she goes to one of my stylists or something. And I said, well, do you come to me? She was like, no. She said, God told me to tell you to let it go. Granted, didn't it happen just like that? It happened just like that. I had never experienced that before in my life. And that was the night that I made my decision to plan my retirement. Right. I planned my retirement. I said, okay, in October, because that's my birthday month, I'm going to let it go. And in July or August around, oh, I'm so greasy. Hi. Anyway, in July or August, I get the phone call that Fox has promoted me to a series regular on Star. And I don't have to go into details what series regular means, okay, honey, but it's coins, okay? And so that was that. And so that's how I made my decision. And I had never been more confident and comfortable with a decision like that before. And it was...
But you know, I honestly believe that when you were trying to get those salons and everything...
Oh, that's what it was. That's this man, I think. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
You to say, no, that's why it didn't work out.
You're going to be very uncomfortable when it's something you keep trying to do and I don't want you to do it.
Absolutely.
You're going to be very uncomfortable. Yeah. And so that is why anytime there's a shift that I don't necessarily understand, I can comfortably and confidently relax and be at peace with it. Because I know the plan has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me because I've been there. And, you know, and I've seen transition. I know what it feels like to be uncomfortable in transition, you know. And so I can be at peace with whatever. You know?
Right. Yeah. And like her, you always, she's putting this lipstick on me, honey. I can't even speak. For me, like you've always been on the encouraging factor saying, sister, I'm so proud of you the way that
my goodness,
the way that you maneuver.
Let me tell y'all something about T.S. Madison that I am always inspired by, and I tell anybody. I've known this girl, like she said, for years and years, honey. We used to just pump through the clubs and just act a fool and all that kind of stuff. And to watch her to face up to when people say no and go create your own and make your own space and become a household name from the comfort of your own house.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is admirable.
Yeah.
It's admirable. It's to be celebrated.
Listen, let me tell you something. One time, out of the blue, I was doing
Who
something.
is that?
Oh, well, I'll show you that.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let me come.
Out of the blue what?
Out of the blue, one day, Lee started liking stuff on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Like on my Instagram. How did you know that he really loved me?
Oh, he asked me.
Let me tell you something. I gotta say this. Everybody that I have met from Empire to Star has said to me, do you know how much Lee Daniels love you?
He lives and breathes, honey. Oh, he lives.
He said, do you know how much Jussie told me that?
Oh, yeah.
Soraya told me that.
Do you know Lee would sit on set while we shooting?
Hold on. Say this loud so the children can hear you, Miss Thorne.
Lee would sit on set while we filming. And you hear him, but he has a very distinct laugh. Bust out laughing. And you be like, what's he laughing at? Honey, do you know this girl, T.S. Madison? Honey, I live for her. Honey, I love this girl. And he will always just talk about how much he loved T.S. Madison.
And then he started liking all that stuff on Instagram. And then out the blue, he inboxed me. That's how he works.
Oh, yeah, that's how he works.
He inboxed me. He was like, hi, I love you. And I sent him hearts or whatever, you know, because I didn't want to seem like a clout chaser and overstep my boundaries. Because, you know, the first thing you do when you get a producer or director on that level messaging you, hitting you up, saying, oh, my God, I love you. But a lot of those people go into, give me a job. I was very much so, Son Hearts.
You was minding your business. That's how I always say I was minding my business, doing the best that I can do for what I had created for myself. And that is what makes room for you. That's what you were minding your business, doing T.S. Madison's business. Not minding other people's business, not trying to get the attention of other people. You were minding your business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As that song say, I was cooking in the kitchen minding my business. I think that's Remy Ma, one of them rappers. They talking about dope, don't. But
right.
It's all the same. Hustle is a hustle.
So he sent me, I sent him Hearts back, and, he's real brief.
Yeah.
He's real brief. And then, he kept liking my stuff or whatever. It didn't really, but he had his eye, on me for the longest period of time. And then one day, he up and he sent me an email. He had been talking to me, little stuff. He sent me hearts, and he'll say he loved me, then he'll say this, and he'll say that. And then he sent me an email. It was right during Star, not the first season of Star, but the second season of Star. He sent me, and he said, T.S., I want you to come audition for a role. Mm-hmm. So I went and I auditioned. Girl, I showed up. I was in L.A. Mm-hmm. Just doing other stuff. Because I could tell you how when RuPaul inboxed me.
Yeah.
The girls inboxing me. And I'm going through a lot of stuff right now where people like to use the word clout chasing with me. Girl, y'all girls have no idea who's really in my inbox or who's really communicating with me or where my name is really lying in those rooms, girl. Yeah. In those executive buildings where they're like, yes. we want T.S. Madison. We're interested in T.S. Madison. We love T.S. Madison. And they trying to figure out where to place me. Just because you ain't seen it pop like you think it's supposed to pop, girl. Oh, it's there, niece.
There you go.
It's there. So Lee was very much so I want you to come and audition. I went to audition or whatever, and I killed the audition. And then he said, I don't want to give you that part. I want to give you a bigger part. Mm-hmm. I went to audition for the bigger part. They end up giving it to somebody else. See, it just goes back to you saying things like the process and being uncomfortable and all this stuff. I've never, ever, and people see the love that Lee showed because he's not, it ain't hidden. No. He all in it, he be reposting. He called me to do the after show for Star, whatever. Yes. That was the big thing. He also called me, and every time Lee's name has been involved in anything with me, he has made sure that I've been paid and paid well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? He contacted me about that thing y'all did on the show, a sink, bitch, sink. It was
because he called... he called me one night. He said, he sent me your video of you doing that. Uh-huh. He said, I want you to do this. And I said, Lord. Yeah. And he called you about it.
Yeah, he called me. He said, girl, I want to get you some money. He called. He had all those people from Fox call me. Oh, yes. All those Fox people called me, honey. Next thing I know, I had a check in the mailbox.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all was on there doing
sink, bitch,
sink, from paint, bitch, paint, ain't that here. Paint, bitch, paint. So when girls be talking about the influence. I have Miss Lawrence, and I don't want to pull my own horn, but I done gave so much influence.
I don't believe in false modesty.
Yeah, right. Listen. I done gave so much influence to this community and beyond.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Lee made it his business to make sure I'm going to get you paid for that.
Yep.
And I used to get people hitting me saying, well, why he ain't never put you on Star? Why he... Lee told me...
They don't know what go on behind the scenes.
They don't know what's going behind the scenes. And they don't know...
And it's not... And also I want people to stop thinking that, yes, he is a very powerful man in Hollywood, in Black Hollywood, but also know that it is more than just one person. It's a process. There are people that will tell him no. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a process.
And my thing is, I've never walked in the door with Lee or RuPaul or any of the unnamed people that I'm not going to name yet.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That walked in those experiences, and those people are silently doing things in my career or silently friends with me or whatever. And I've never expected them. I never walked in the door with any expectancy of, you know, you need to give me this and you need to give me that. I was minding the business that paid me. And those girls live for me going out there in the world, doing my job, doing my own thing, doing me, and Leah's told me on news, bitch, that's my Judy now.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Oh yeah.
I'm going bitch, I'm gonna do this. Child, I met with Kiki, and Kiki was like, Master, you know, Lee was telling me he got you as a lead in this. I was like, well, when he told you that?
Oh, yeah.
And she done told me this. I'm like, well, when he told you that?
Oh, yeah.
And he told me.
Oh, yeah.
But this lets me know the way, and this is why.
I'm going to tell you, when that man say he going to do something, he is going. It may not be when you expect it. Because it's all a process. But if he say he going to do something, he going to do it.
Yes.
If he say he going to do something, he going to do it.
It's in the middle of the night that he's called me. In the middle of the night.
Oh, he love to call at like 2 in the morning.
Bitch.
He love that.
I love it. Bitch, what you doing?
Be like,
what you doing, bitch?
Okay.
He's I love you, T.S. I love you. Oh, my God. And when he gets those... And we was in L.A. once. In L.A. Remember, we was in L.A. and we was all over there.
Yeah.
Lee put his arms around me when we first met, like physically met in person.
Yeah. At the Out Festival or the...
it was in something.
Out Film Festival, I think it was.
He put his arms around me and he cried. He says, Master, you've done so many things on all your videos that I just went and started writing. Like you've said stuff, I went and started writing that stuff. I want to let you know how much of an influence. And it's stuff like that, like sitting here having these conversations during the time I'm going through all this garbage with these bitches, with these bitch tied hoes, to these tied bitch disgusting hoes, to let me know that I am a big fish in their little pond. And they see that, and it's always of a, trying to tear down. This is why every time I have the opportunity to tell you, Miss Norris, I know you from the Rudy to the Tootie, girl. And I watched you walk through the clubs in Balenciaga's, girl that I didn't even know was Balenciaga's, girl, honey, that you might have bought, honey, from on Nasty Crack.
Thank you.
But I watched you blossom into these things, and your journey is not done, and neither is mine.
Nope. No.
It's always about that. It is always about divine time, and nobody ever walks into your life by accident. Even us being friends all those times ago. Even for you to sit on Fashion Queens and say, "No, we 22 inches." The girls knew where that came from. All that stuff, and I'm never. Sometimes I get frustrated with certain things. I'm like, well, girl, come on, I'm ready to move. But then I have to sit back because Miss Mary's always in my ear telling me, honey, God keeps you hidden for certain reasons, for certain seasons, and for certain times. When it's time, it's going to happen for you, girl. All you got to do is do the work.
It's written, honey. First of all, we have to be patient. When he says he's going to prepare a place for you, you can't put no rush on that, man. He's preparing a place. That don't just mean in heaven. He is going to prepare a place for you. Preparation takes time, and everybody's preparation time is tailored. It's tailored. And so, where I go, you can go there too.
How far are we on the podcast, Craig?
43 minutes.
43.
How long this podcast? I mean, I'm not tripping.
Yeah, it's about time. We're done. So we can go ahead on. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you are tuned in. Make sure you watch the show.
Hi.
We're going to be in Baltimore, Loud Laugh and Color in Baltimore in June 30th and July 1st. Get your tickets, daughters. Get your tickets, honey. For the show of all the shows, baby. We better go out and get absolutely soaking wet. It's about to rain, man. Hallelujah. It's raining, man. Yeah. So, Lawrence, I want to tell you, thank you for coming and do the show.
I've been telling I was going to come.
You did.
I ain't never say no. I just said, girl, I got to.
Yes, because you was like, listen.
I'm going to do it.
Bitch, you ain't going to get me up here and be dragging and tagging. And I said, we have a great chemistry with each other. All we're going to do is talk.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to talk. Absolutely. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We have lots of issues on the show tonight. Like, one of those issues being, a part of race and racism. You can eloquently speak about things, and I love that. But we're going to make some fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to talk about some serious issues, because there's more serious issues going on this week than it was fun, right, Craig? A lot of serious issues.
We got some funny stuff in here.
We got some funny stuff in there, too?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, it is.
The rest of that stuff, I want to leave it alone. Leave it alone. Put it in God's hands. He can handle it better than you can. I can't get that like you, I can't get that like you got that voice.
Better than you can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I gotta tell him to what? Leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Lawrence, thank you so much. If you guys don't know where you can follow Miss Lawrence, follow Miss Lawrence on Instagram at Miss Lawrence.
MISS. LAWRENCE.
And listen, you better keep your eyes tuned, baby, because it ain't over for Star, honey.
No, it's not.
It's not over for Star.
It's not.
And listen, a lot of you hoes threw y'all chicken bones down on the ground, honey. Had your nuts crossing your witch brooms out there on the struggle against people. And see, that's why y'all girls can't never prosper.
You're wasting your time because nobody cares.
Right. You lied. I never been so thin. You lied. But you're knocking off that piece of thing. She ain't better than anybody. She ain't nothing but common.
And there you have it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Craig, run that promotion. Goodbye.
Baltimore, Maryland. Guess what? The Queens Supreme Court is headed back to your city. That's right, honey. The Dream Girls are bringing the seat to your city. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know the time we had the last time, baby. We had a good time. But we gonna have an even better time, baby, because the Dream Girls, Miss Funky Daniela Ross, Miss Sophia, and the real T.S. Nasty is on our way to tear Baltimore, Maryland up. Now listen, Sunday, June 30th, we're gonna be having brunch with me and King David. And July 1st, baby, the seat gonna be on fire. So I'm telling you to go to www.eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Get your tickets now. And listen, don't meet with him.